Hey, it's me again, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am here for my week 71 update since having VSG surgery on April 20th, 2015. Last week I was 167.6. This week I'm 162.6, which is a 5-pound loss for the week, which is awesome. That works out well for me. I'm very happy with that. Like I said in my last update video, I'm just letting whatever wants to happen, and it's going good so far. I got in some water. I drank a lot of water this last week, and I worked out quite a bit this last week, so much so that on Saturday I worked out a little too much, so my back hurt yesterday and today. Need to be careful with that. I say that all the time whenever I work out, but I never do. I'm so stubborn. Anyways, so things that I want to talk about this week are the nutritional pedestal that my family has put me on. They all know that I've had the VSG surgery, but because of my success or because of my weight loss and the way that I'm doing it, and they see that there's a lot more benefits to living a more ketogenic lifestyle than just losing weight, which there are. If you research the ketogenic lifestyle, you know that it could possibly help with anxiety, if you didn't know that. It's definitely diabetic friendly. You should be following a low carb lifestyle if you're diabetic. It actually is, even though you're eating all this fat and your cholesterol may go up, it's the good cholesterol that goes up and the bad cholesterol goes down. So that is exactly what we want. Also, it can help people with cancer. It can actually help people with seizures. There's so many benefits to just losing weight to this diet, and hormonal balance, which is another one. I've heard a lot of people that have had or have PCOS actually go on the ketogenic lifestyle and have conceived afterwards, and because not only did they lose weight, because their hormones are balanced, which is great, and you have more regular periods and all that kind of great stuff. I know men, sorry, TMI. But anyways, there's so many more benefits to it. Definitely look it up. Look into it before you even start it, if you decide to start it. My family has figured out that this may be the route for them. Why? Because there is anxiety in my family. There's fibromyalgia. There's diabetes. There's one of the fact that they want to lose weight. There is just inflammation, heart disease, stroke runs in my family. So there is a lot of things that they have kind of just been tired of. You know, you get tired of it and you just kind of want to know, like, what am I doing wrong? And also my mom, and I've said this before, she had the VSG surgery. She switched over from lap band to VSG, and she just doesn't feel like she's gotten the results that she wants. Now, with that said, it's not because she's following a ketogenic lifestyle. It's not because she's saying protein first. It's not because she's actually following all the rules. And that's just the truth. After you have weight loss surgery, you cannot continue to eat like the old person you were. You are now new. It's a brand new you. And it is time to embrace the new you and decide, like I've always said, what your new lifestyle is going to be. I decided I want to be healthy. I decided that I don't want to be the Drea that's going to fast food every single day. I don't want to feel like shit. I want to be healthy. I want to be outgoing. I want to be alive. I want to feel alive. And the keto diet actually makes me feel alive. I feel great. My energy is up. I sleep well. I actually feel, now I'm in the phase where I feel like, let's go get them. You know, I'm there. I'm there. So my mom comes to me, says, I would love for you to put together, you know, a food plan for me. Tell me what I need to eat. Tell me exactly what I need to eat. I'm frustrated, and I would really like, I just don't know where to start. And I've heard this before. I don't know where, not just from her, from other people. I don't know where to start. It's overwhelming. It's a brand new diet. Nobody's even heard of it. Actually, my freaking doctor's never even heard of it. Never heard of ketones. Never heard of ketosis? And you're a doctor? What? Anyways, so she says, can you please do a meal plan for me? Now, this is the thing that I feel a little bit uncomfortable with because I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not licensed to do that, even though I would love to do that. That is like one of my goals in life, but I'm not yet there. I just feel like I'm just here. I'm here on YouTube because I'm trying to give back to the community, you know, trying to tell people what I've learned, what's worked for me, what I know that's worked for some other people. Spread the word, and you can do with whatever you will. The thing is that I can tell my mother till I'm blue in the face that you cannot keep eating the junk. Taquitos. You know what taquito is. Everybody knows what that is. Not dinner. Okay? No. French fries. No. If you're trying to lose weight, no. But if you're trying to maintain your weight, sure. Why? Because you've already hit your goal. You're already good. Now, then, you know, it is what it is. Sure, if you hit your goal, that's fine. But if you want to lose weight and you're really frustrated and you're just so sick of it and you say, I'm going to give this a month go, and if I don't lose anything, then F it, blah, blah, blah. And if you are that frustrated with your weight loss, then stop eating the junk. You can't keep eating the junk. I mean, that's just how it is. I'll tell you, I'm blue in the face. I know it, and I can only do that. I can only say. So, nutrition plan. I will probably be doing a couple things, and this is how we're going to start off, okay? And the reason why I'm putting this out here is because some people have been like, I'm just simple, and I'm simple too. Yes, I look like I have more unique food items on my Instagram, but that's because I've been doing low carb or the ketogenic for a very long time. Before I had VSG, I lost 100 pounds twice. It was the keeping it off that is the reason why I decided to have the VSG, because I went from this like focus to this. Like, I would have a bad day and then I would eat a cheeseburger, and then that became like cheeseburgers, you know? So with that said, I will just say this, and let's just start this off. First, whenever you're starting a low carb diet, and I'm just going to say this, is that you have to realize that fat is not your enemy here. It's carbs that are your enemy. I have effed up my body, and I pretty much am a little bit insulin resistant. I'm not diabetic, but if I eat any kind of carbs and whatever, it not only triggers it not only triggers the fact that I become inflammation, but I also, it's a little bit of a I guess you would say sticky situation for me. Okay, I'm addicted to carbs. I'll just say that. Addicted to carbs. I'm addicted to carbs. I'm addicted to food too. I mean, I love food, but I'm definitely addicted to carbs. If I have just a bite of a chip, all of a sudden everything goes to hell. Something clicks and it's just like, ooh, I want this, I want that, I want this. If I have a cheeseburger, if I take one bite and have like a piece of bread, all of a sudden I want desserts and stuff like that. My body starts craving these bad cravings. Once you get on ketogenic or low carb, you don't crave that stuff anymore. It eventually goes away. The first week sucks because you're starving yourself of glucose. The second week, you start getting back into the thing and then all of a sudden you get to this point where you're like, let me just watch you eat a cheeseburger. Like, I just want to watch somebody eat bread. And you start having these dreams about bread. Third week, you're not even craving that shit no more. Fourth week, you're scared of it. You're like, no, I feel way too good. I've come way too far. I don't want that shit anymore. So we're going to start out simple. First thing you need to think is that fat didn't make me fat. It's carbs that made me fat. And if that's not the truth, then just take away the carbs for a week and let's see what happens. If you lose weight, which a lot of people are like, it could be water weight. And that is true, okay? Because whenever you eat carbs, you're holding on to water. But it's still weight. It doesn't matter. It's still inside your body. It's still on that scale that drives you nuts, right? Whenever you see the scale go up because you had a cheeseburger or whatever, what happens? We don't feel good. We hate it. We're down on ourselves. We get more stress. Stress leads to cortisol. Cortisol leads to holding on to fat, and that sucks. So, first things first, fat is not bad. Fat is good. Protein, we all have protein goals. Stick to those. And carbs are bad in a form of like flour, cereals, we all know those. Oatmeal can be enjoyed later on. We're not giving up carbs forever. We're just giving them up for now until we lose the weight, okay? And then we'll get to that later on. We'll get to that later on. So we're giving them up now. They're not going to be gone forever. Don't worry. Your favorite foods are not going anywhere. Hell, if anything, they're getting better. I mean, seriously, how many fast foods, like all of a sudden Denny's made their pancakes fluffier? How the hell? Like, seriously? Anyways, let's go on from that. So, next, find foods that you love that are low carb friendly. I love eggs. I love cheese. I love avocados. Yes, avocados are good for you. And I love bacon, and I love cottage cheese. I love those things. Now me, I'm the type of person I can eat the same thing every single day. Every single day I can eat the same thing. Why? Because variety just makes me feel out of control. I need to feel in control of my life, what I'm doing. And yeah, no, that doesn't work for me. And actually there's studies out there that show that people that eat the same thing every single day tend to lose weight and tend to keep the weight off. So, just a study that I read. Okay, so you're going to find the foods that you love. Then you're going to find out how we can eat those foods and make them taste good. Make them taste so good that you don't miss the rest of your food. So, eggs. We're going to fry our eggs in butter. Go figure. We're not going to do that Pam spray because why? Because we want the fat, because fat is now going to be turned into our energy because you're starving yourself of the glucose or sugar carbs. Boom. So, you're going to fry your stuff in fat. Could be bacon fat, could be, butter, okay? Then, so, once we get that done, does not mean we need to give up vegetables. Now, you can have green leaf vegetables. Let's just keep that in mind, okay? Because that's one of the things that a lot of people are like, whoa, you're not having vegetables, Drea. Well, that's where VSG fits in. I can only fit in so many vegetables, but I do take a multivitamin, which means I'm getting all my vitamins through one little pill. Well, 2 pills a day. But, so yeah, you can still have vegetables, stuff like that. When it comes down to food, I did a food haul, my last video, and that went over well. You guys can kind of get some ideas off there. It's very low carb, ketogenic friendly. You're not going to see any breads on the countertop. You're not going to see any rice. You're not going to see any pastas. That's pretty much what we're going to stay away from. So keep it very simple. Once you get past the phase where you're like not craving carbs anymore, let's make it interesting. Let's batter something. Now your batter, pork rinds, and grated Parmesan cheese are going to be your best friend. You're going to squish up the pork rinds as fine as you can, okay? Smash the crap out of them. Have your kids help you. They love that stuff. Destructive. Anyways, they like doing that, and then put some grated Parmesan cheese and then put any seasonings you want. And then whenever you're breading something, you can do the egg wash like you normally do, or you can do melted butter. And then you just put it in there and then you fry it in oil, or you can do it in the oven, whatever. But it works and it's delicious and people won't even know. Cauliflower will become your best friend if you don't like cauliflower. I don't know, then don't eat cauliflower. Hell, eat broccoli, sure. But cauliflower can go a long, long way. You can make rice with cauliflower. You can make mashed cauliflower. It tastes like mashed potatoes. You can do loaded mashed cauliflower, which is like pretty much doing mashed cauliflower with cream cheese and bacon and onion, a little bit of onion. Be careful on the onion. That's awesome. Phenomenal. Actually, I've turned my whole family into that. They love it. You can do so much with cauliflower. It's crazy. And a lot of casseroles, that's like a filler for them, you know? It's a filler. And us having weight loss surgery, you really don't need as much fillers. But, I mean, it's still good. Cream cheese is a staple in the house. Cheddar cheese, any kind of cheese is a staple in the house. Almond meal or almond flour. That will be in a lot of low-carb recipes. Always have some of that. Replace your old flour. Debunk your house. Dejunk your house. And just tell your family, like, this is what's going to be our new lifestyle. My daughter wanted me to make her grilled cheese the other day. What did I do? I made low carb, ketogenic, friendly bread. I made it. We made it together. And she loved it. And I made grilled cheese for her for that. She said, why don't we just go get bread? And I'm like, no. If you are the main person that cooks in the house, once you start cooking these meals, now you can cook your meals separate, that's fine for the first couple of weeks, and then slowly start to try to incorporate those things in. Say, oh, let's try this mashed cauliflower, guys, and see what they think, you know? Slowly start transitioning the family. The whole family doesn't need to be on ketogenic. The whole family doesn't have to be on low carb like my family is. But it is overall healthy. And actually, in kids, if you don't know about this, whenever they live a more low carb life, they actually tend to be less crazy. They don't have all that sugar going through their body, you know? They're good kids. I feel like my daughter has changed completely. Like, she's not as hyper anymore, which is amazing. She was like 3 kids in one. Anyways, start simple. Basic foods. Yes, you can have vegetables. You can have your carbs later. Let's just lose the excess weight, see how we feel, and then you can decide from there. The way, now, when we get past this, how are we going to incorporate carbs later? Well, when you lose the weight, let me know. And I'll tell you how we're going to incorporate them back in, okay? Anyways, I hope you guys found this semi-helpful. It's been like 16 some odd minutes, and yeah. I do not know if I will be putting any kind of nutritional advice like that out there. I'm just telling you what I've learned, what's worked for me. And this is my life, and I'm glad that you guys want to be a part of it. And if you have any questions or need anything else, hit me up. Keep it simple. Keep it low carb. Enjoy your bacon. Eat some eggs. Avocados. Live it up. Talk to you later. Bye.